Hello, I'm Bird FM and welcome to Rebuilding Coventry City. As always, thanks for joining me. Please make sure if you do enjoy this video and the series, you smash that like button. You can always support my channel a little bit more by pledging to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that and everything else down below in the description. And if you're brand new, thank you for checking this out. Hopefully by the end of it, not only will you be a subscriber, but you'll stick and watch all of these Coventry episodes, but maybe you'll go and watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much. But yeah, first off, I just want to say, I hope you're all safe wherever you are in the world. Coronavirus is gripping us all, especially here in the UK at the minute. We are on lockdown, although I'm still working. I'm a bus driver. I'm a bloody key worker, frontline staff. We will be working till the very end. So it's a bit worrying because I'm getting all sorts on my bus with dirty hands and so on. I'm trying to keep clean as best I can, but yeah, I am a bit worried, but it is what it is. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to try and make as many videos as I can, even though I am working non-stop now all week, all next week, with only one day off in the next 11. So I'll do my best for you. Anyway, this save I started a couple of weeks ago as a personal save. I wanted to be Coventry City manager for ages. It's a rebuild I wanted to do for me for ages, and I got well into season 2 and I was enjoying it that much. I just thought, sack it, I've got now else. Let's bring this to YouTube and share it with you guys. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. It's a bit different than any other rebuild I've done in the past because I'm not putting a limit on it. Normally I do 3 episodes, sometimes 4. This could be 6, 7, 8 because it's going to need that kind of time really. It's a lot tougher than anything I've ever done. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I'm absolutely loving playing because it is hard bloody work. Anyway, this is episode 1. Smash that like button and let's get into it. So you may be wondering, why Coventry City? Well, I'm slightly old. I'm not as old as Loki Doki, but I'm getting there. And when I was younger, I always remember Coventry being in the Premier League. And I may have told this story before, but when I was a kid I used to collect football stickers. I think I still do that. You get your swaps and you go to school and you're swapping for what you need. And there was always a couple of badges, club logos I always wanted. Man United first, because I'm a Manchester United fan. Birmingham City, because I love their logo, still do, which is tied into this really, you'll see in a minute. And Coventry, I've always loved Coventry's logo. I don't know why, it's random. The elephant, it looks like there's a phoenix rising from the flames, which I think fits perfectly for this club right now, what I want to achieve, rising from the ashes. And I've tried to look it up online to see why Coventry's logo is what it is. I can't find anything. If you're a Coventry fan, please get involved, get in the comments, let me know what your logo is all about because I love it. So in this club as well, I think should be either in the Premier League or at least challenging to get back into the Premier League. They should not be in League 1 where we find them right now. Now if we have a look here at the history, you'll see, look, Premier League. Look at that, back when I was in the absolute prime. That was when I was 21. That shows you how old I am. Heading on to the general page, we'll see they are called the Sky Blues, the true Sky Blues. Founded in 1883, they are freaking well old. And if you look at some of their icons, man, I mean, I can never say his second name, but Steve Grizovic, was it? The keeper, I always remember him. Jimmy Hill, obviously, the legend that was. Some beasts, absolute beasts. Fierce rivals, none. Local rivals, I reckon. Yeah, Villa and Leicester. I'm guessing it's a Midland rivals, but I'm just surprised. I mean, they've got a derby here, the M69 derby. Is that real? I'm just surprised they haven't got an out-and-out rival. They must have. If they have, let me know. On to the facilities. Now, this is a mad one because Highfield Road, the true home of Coventry City, I always liked Highfield Road. When you look at it, it's like a proper football ground in and amongst the houses. Now, I can understand how clubs want to become more modern, and the Rico Arena, which they built, you know, looks amazing. It must have been a great idea. It must have been quite exciting, but it's all gone quiet. It's all gone tits up because they don't actually own the Rico Arena, do they? And there's been loads of disputes over it. I know the Wasps, the rugby team, use it as well. And I know they have had fallings out over rent, and I think they played at Northampton a couple of years ago for a year. Then they were back there at the Rico for 2 years, and then this year they're playing at Birmingham City's St Andrews, which is now called the Trillion Trophy Stadium. St Andrews, isn't it? So the game, though, even though in real life they're not sure what they're going to do, the game has decided to move us back at the end of this season to the Rico Arena, which I'm not too happy about. We don't own it, so hopefully at some point during my time here we'll be able to build our own stadium, because in real life There's a fans group, and they're trying to get a stadium built. I think there's one out there that's been designed for about 50 million, 20,000 all seater. It looks beautiful. I'll show you a picture. You have 444,000 in the bank and 0 to spend. So this is really going to be one of them where hopefully I could sell a player when I make some money, but tap into that loan market. There's one good thing about Football Manager. I don't know if it's like real life, but there's so much talent in the Premier League, but to get loans from. I've done it with other rebuilds with Swansea and Forest. This is different now because I'm starting in League 1, and we've already got quite a few players in on loan. But the squad, we've got no money, right? But I've got a decent squad now, I think. I've got some players I really like and I'm going to stick with for ages. I've got some okay staff. Now when I say I've got okay staff, I get rid of everyone. Apart from 2 people. And those 2 people are, we've got my assistant here, who I think is pretty good. Although he buggers off and leaves me halfway through the season. So I was happy with him at first. And then, I think, is it here, head of youth? I keep Dan Bolas. He's English, 34 years old, because I like his working with youngsters. For what we're at, he's decent. So I thought I couldn't get any better from them 2. Everyone else went, and I tried my best to improve it. But unlike any other rebuild, and maybe it's because we're starting in League 1, normally I can rebuild my staff and it's the best. And I'm like, yay, I've got a great advantage. That's not going to be the case here. This really is a slower rebuild, but this is what I wanted. And this is what I really wanted to get my teeth stuck into. And I want to get my teeth stuck into rebuilding this club. And I know it's not going to be that easy. I know some of you probably think, oh, boo, you just fly up through the leagues or whatever. But it's not going to be, honestly, as easy as you think. Especially, yeah, it's not. But this club's got a great history. I mean, it's not the biggest history in the world. I mean, they've got an FA Cup. They've got some other trophies, but they've got an FA Cup. At least they've got one FA Cup. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of big teams, a lot of other teams out there that've got nothing. Nothing like that. So I know it's tiny compared to, say, United or Liverpool, but it's something special, and hopefully I can add to that. Now, this is the vision for the club, and the chairman and the board or whatever. This is what they want. They want to be back in the Championship, and that's minimum where this club should be. Absolute minimum. But I think they're giving me till the 2021 season. So they're giving me at least, what, 2 seasons to get there, but I want to do that earlier. And obviously, if I don't get there by then, my contract will expire and I might actually get binned off. Someone asked me, actually, I haven't been sacked me for ages. I got sacked last year on a personal save with Oldham Athletic, and I put it out there as a challenge because I was struggling with Oldham. So hopefully I'll have a bit of better luck with Coventry. But yeah, I really want to get back in the Championship and start building. Now I am going to make some changes, nothing major. You've seen, I've got no money. But when I looked at the squad straight away, I thought, pretty freaking good. We've got some good players. We've got 2 good players on loan straight away. You can see them at the top. Dabo, so let's have a look at him actually. Liam Walsh, he's good. Callum O'Hare from Villa, he's pretty good. I like him, you know, decent right back. Westbrook, he's a good player. 22-year-old, I really like him. There's a player someone warned me not to sell. I don't even know if he's on here. I can't remember his name. Is it this geezer? I probably do sell him. Anyway, I will say that if you're a Coventry fan, I've been abused in the past for selling legends, staff, or player. This is business. Business is business. If I want to make any kind of changes, the bookies are looking at us quite favourably, which is pretty sweet. Now, they reckon we'll be 6. But Rotherham, Blackpool, Portsmouth. I mean, look at Sunderland. What is Sunderland doing in this league? What's Ipswich doing in this league? Do you know what I mean? Portsmouth were a Premier League team. Blackpool were a Premier League team not long ago. Absolutely freaking insane. But there's some massive teams here. Some really good ones. I couldn't wait to get going. Bolton at the bottom. Ooh, it's exciting. I like it. Now, if you're wondering what tactics I'm using, I'm sticking with this because it kind of fits the squad. Most squads are like this these days anyway. And it's one I made on my journeyman when I was in Croatia, which I'm now in Argentina. And I'm enjoying it. It's not 100% perfect, but I like it. I keep meaning to try and tweak it a bit, but I think I was going to stick with it mainly and build a culture around it. Do you know what I mean? So over the next few years, hopefully, if I didn't get the sack, kids are going to start coming through and they'll be playing this themselves in the youth team. And when they get into the first team, hopefully, they'll know how to play it, and it'll just be how we play. And that's what I want. So I've brought in some players on loan, and that's pretty much the best you're going to be able to do, really. I've brought in Benny, from Everton to help with midfield. Pretty good player. We brought in a lad from our rivals, so there can't be much of a rival anymore. Darnell Johnson, who can play at centre half and right back. And that is it. That is it. A couple of free signings that I didn't make, my staff made. They're not very good. I don't know why they brought them, but who cares? So yeah, I mean, I basically thought those two positions what I needed: help in the middle, help at right back, and that's what I've done. Just to add, so at least add at least 2 players in every position, hopefully. But I think I've got a decent team. The goalkeeper for League One, I think, is okay. 25-year-old Marco Morosi. We've got some good centre halves. We've got Dominic Hayam, who looks really good. But you've got to remember what level we're at. So I kept looking at these players, and I mean, I've played this game long enough to be able to just look at someone and go, good. Do you know what I mean? When you've played it for years, you don't have to completely like go through every attribute. You can basically look at a player and go, yeah, he'll do. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, we've got Dabo. I think I showed you him earlier. Good right back. In the middle, we're looking pretty good. Walsh, Kelly, Westbrook, I really like. My wingers are pretty good. This guy's pretty good. Jabello, he's a real good player, especially for this level. Got a bit of speed about him. Playing both wings. Got some good players. There's a guy up front who I really like. Him. Can play on the wings. He can play up front. He doesn't look good, but he's better than he looks. We've got Godden, who I think should be a decent striker, hopefully at this level. We're looking tidy. Now, staff-wise, I've started to rebuild. Now, you might look at it initially and think, is it as good? Well, I think it is, because I'm starting to do it how I do it and work my way through it. My physios are good. My scouting team needs some massive improvements. I can only have 2. So I've got our scout and a chief scout at the minute. I can have another one. It's going to take a bit of time. There's no one decent enough to be a director of football, but I was going to slowly build this stuff up. It's something I always like to do. I peck the bed and pet the bed to get as many as I can. And within, you know, a space of maybe a couple of seasons, I'm going to really build this up, and I'm going to have some absolute beasts. Now, we've actually got some high potential youth players, right? Who, if we have a look, I have a no picture, so they're probably a real player. No picture, no picture, no picture. He's a real player. And I've got a couple of regions dotted around. Now, obviously, we're going to have youth intakes in the future, and I end up getting a really good youth intake player, but I'll tell you about him later. Now, we had a pre-season already in place. I didn't touch a thing. I left it to just be natural and just see what was what. Get the lads, because I've brought in 2 million players on there. That's it. So, I just wanted to. There's a lot of games, which I thought maybe a bit too many. But let's see what happens. Now, we had some good games here. Chelsea battered us on TV, but it's Chelsea. We beat Oldham. I like Oldham. Whoever Witten are, annihilated them. So it was decent. It was all about learning the tactic and seeing who I really liked as players. Now, we are still obviously 6th. Those 2 signings didn't do much for us, but there's some good managers in this league, you know. Let's have a quick look. Sunderland have got Phil Parkinson, who's a decent manager, especially for this level. You've got Ipswich. We've got Paul Lambert. He was great once. Wonder what happened to Paul Lambert? What happened to him? Portsmouth. They've got Kenny Jackett. I like it. Some characters in this league. I'm talking about Blackpool. I've got... don't know him. Not a clue. Good old Blackpool. I haven't been there for ages. Living where I live, Blackpool. I used to go like multiple times every year. Rotherham, they're a decent side, aren't they, Paul Warren? Aren't they a decent side this year in real life? I mean, there's some good teams in there. Who's at Bolton? He's a Bolton man, isn't he? Yeah, Keithfield, the old Rochdale guy. He's got a tough job. Now, it's the 1st of January, and we are 4th. You can see that at the top. I wanted to start here because of this. We're broke, and we're looking at selling. And I can't lie, I was like this. Please, 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 please. Tycoon takeover. Tycoon takeover. Because that would be fun. We'd dominate. So yes, it is the 1st of January, and as you know now, we are 4th, which is pretty good on 41 points, only 5 points off the top. And we have 2 of the best players in the league. One of them is Liam Walsh, who we've got in on loan, and the other one is Westbrook, who I love. If you're a Coventry fan, is he good? Because I like him. He's never leaving my team. Over to the fixtures, and you know, we did pretty well. We've been beat off Portsmouth, we got beat off Oxford, which annoyed me because we should be better. We're better than them, I think. I mean, we were amazing up until recently. I mean, we were challenging here for the title until we drew 1-1 with Rochdale, and then we haven't won a game in ages. So yeah, I was hoping we could turn that around because I was getting a bit worried. I mean, I feel like we're playing pretty well. Up until recently, we were. I was just disappointed by this. I haven't got more greens, more guys doing over a 7, but Westbrook's there, which is great. Rosie, Michael Rose, my centre half's there. It's got goal-wise, maybe we need a better striker. Geordie's good. He's like a winger. He's not the best finisher. He's putting the ball in the back of the net, but yeah, I just feel like maybe we're lacking going forward. I mean, defensively, we're all right. I mean, there's not a lot in it. This kind of level, with these kind of clubs, with these kind of players, we're all pretty similar, really. Anything can happen. You can go into a game thinking we're unbeatable here, we're amazing, and play really well and get beat, or you can be shit and win. It's fun, really. It is quite fun. So yeah, we're 10th, or joint 10th, I think that is. We're letting 23, 10 more than Wickham. And then going forward, we're not doing too bad. I mean, we've got 32 goals. We're 11 off Doncaster. Got Blackpool, Peterborough, Oxford above us. Oxford, I thought Oxford was shit, mate. They've become a good team again. They were quite a decent team when I was a kid, you know. But yeah, anyway, here Coventry with 5th, 32 goals. But yeah, look, it's not a lot really, innit? It is fine margins in this league, and we are skint. But we're not like mega skint. We're not like losing millions every month. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. So you're just fighting. I've just got to try and keep all the players I like. That was my plan. And look at the frees and the loans every summer, really. We are, of course, in the leasing.com trophy, and it's a group stage thing. Something I won't mind winning. Why not? When you're in it, why not win it? But it's kind of different. You don't have draws. So you've got wins, losses. You can see you've got wins there, losses there, and then you've got penalty wins, penalty losses. So obviously we drew with Chelsea, but you can't have a draw, so we won on penalties. We've got a beat off Wickham, and then we beat Gillingham 1-0. We missed a high wooler getting us a goal. And then we disappointingly went out in the second round against AFC Wimbledon, who we are better than. Can't lie, I was absolutely devastated with this. I know I played this like 2 weeks ago, pretty much, maybe a week and a half. Yeah, I can still feel that devastation. Next up, we're in the League Cup, and as you can see, we didn't do too bad. We got all the way to the 4th round. We beat Reading 2-1. Then we beat MK Dons 2-1. Remember that? Then we drew 3-3 with Burnley. Burnley, the Premier League team. We won on penalties. This was a magical moment. This was like winning it for me. I know it's only Burnley. It's not Manchester United or Liverpool, but it's Burnley. They are a big club. Love the stadium. Premier League. Got Jay Rodriguez, Chris Wood. I've got Geordie Highwooler and Liam Walsh. Yeah, what a fantastic achievement. And then to go to Luton and nearly do the same. This, no offence to Luton, but it shows you with a lot of your penalties how you can get through on penalties against a Premier League team and then draw 3-3 again with a Luton and lose on penalties. And as if we don't have enough football. 10 million games in the league, the leasing.com, the freaking Carabao Cup, the FA Cup. I mean, how many games do we have to play? It is hard work. There's a lot of games. But anyway, FA Cup, we started off in the first round, played Weymouth, beat them 3-0. Then we battered Morecambe 5-0. And obviously we're in the 3rd round now, hoping to get a big boy. And we've drawn Coventry. Still not improving shit. We're not going to be improving anything for a very, 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 very long time. Although the bookies think we are improving as a team on the freaking pitch. They bumped us up to 3rd. Eh? Well, as you know, we're out of everything else. Obviously, when it comes to the cups, we're out of the leasing.com and we're out of the Carabao, but we were still in the FA Cup 3rd round, and we drawn Crawley, who are a fairly decent team at home. But Jordan Shipley got us a goal in the 73rd minute. A game we were better. We deserved it. And you could call it luck, but we drew Bolton, who are in the same division as us, who are really struggling, And then we got beat off Brentford. Of all teams, it's like, no offence to any club we've come up against, but to get to the FA Cup 5th round when you're Coventry in League 1 and not meet a big team, not go and get a payday at Old Trafford, we go to Brentford and get beat. But we are, of course, still in the league. That ain't finished, and that's all we've got left. We can concentrate on it now. We have some decent cup runs, really, for a club of our level. And I did think to myself, if I had just gone out of all the cups early doors, concentrating on the league, would I be top? But, you know, it is what it is. 66 points. We joined with Oxford of all clubs. 2 points ahead of Wickham. Portsmouth out 5 behind. So it's close, isn't it? It's close. It is very, very close. Donny, though, are at the top with 72 points. Liam Walsh, second best player in the league. So, yeah, I mean, I'm chasing that top 2. We want that top 2. Again, a quick shoulder squad, and again, I'm just a bit disappointed I ain't got more guys really producing, because I feel like we should have more guys over 7. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I really like Westbrook, you know. This 22-year-old, or he's 23 now. He's only worth 250 grand. If you can get him at this level, give him a look. I think he's just a performer. Jordan Shipley's a good player and all, you know. All round, it's like a lot of these players are quite young, and they're just like all round good. Well, it's going to be a funny old end to the season, really, and I was quite shocked by it. Now, this game is the first game after we got knocked out in the FA Cup by Brentford, and it's away at Ipswich, and we got beat 2-1. At this point, you know, we had a lot of games to go, quite a few. And I didn't have any idea about what was going to happen. One game I do want to share with you was this one. It was 4th, 5th to the end of the season, I think. I'll look in a minute. It was Oxford at home. Oxford, who were up there with us. So obviously a similar kind of team to us. Because, you know, the league don't lie. Wherever you are at the end of the season is where you deserve to be. And they're with us pretty much all the way. And they've beat us this season. So to beat them 4-0 and we're going into the crunch part of the season, to perform like we did, this tactic and this team of mine, when they just switch it on, they're unbeatable. They're absolutely. I just need to be more consistent, and that's what they say, don't they, with lower leagues? I've said this before. There's a lot of class players in the lower leagues. It's just consistency sometimes. But yeah, what a performance! What an end to the season. We won the league. Didn't think we were going to, because look at this. Now I've reversed the dates. So that's the FA Cup. That's the Ipswich game I shared with you, and we had quite a few games left. And obviously I've got my eye in the league. But at this point, I was just chilling at home. I was just bashing through games, like trying to get through them, and we kept dropping points. And then the last 2 games of the season, we drew, and we drew. And I kept looking at the end. At the Wimbledon game, when we drew, I'd not even thought about it. And the graphic came up with all the, you know, the crappy graphic when you look at the trophy, you got all the confetti. I was like, is that for us? How? Maybe it's just because we didn't get beat. We drew a few games, but we didn't get beat. This is Doncaster. They drew with the Dons here. They got a couple of good wins, but they got beat off Burton. Drew, won, drew. And then they lost their last 2 games. So even though we drew our last 2, they lost their last 2, helping us leapfrog them by a point. And now they're currently in the playoffs, as you can see, and they've been battered off Peterborough. Peterborough, who are bottom of the playoffs. Imagine that, Donny, looking like you're going to win the league. You fall, not only do you not win the league, you fall out the top 2, end up in the playoffs and get beat off Peterborough. That'd be devastating. I'd be devastated. So yeah, Oxford, a team I didn't fancy, slagged off early in the episode, pretty much stayed with us. And that's why I was chuffed when we beat them 4-0, because that game was massive. Without that game, we'd be in the playoffs, wouldn't we? If we'd got beat off Oxford, they'd have been champions. Donny might have been second. It was so much fun. But to end with the championship was good, because I wanted to savour this moment. Because trust me, it's going to be the last time in a long time I'm going to win something with Coventry City. Now this is the squad, and they have a good squad, and I have done my best to get every one of our own players back because I like them. There's a couple down there at the bottom who are a bit shit. I'm going to try and replace maybe with a freebie or 2, maybe promote some. And then obviously all the loans are going. I was going to try and get a couple of them back. Walshy really liked. But every summer there's always a load of new loans, and there's always a load of new fresh players, new fresh meat. Well, we had 255 grand. Whoopity-doo! We also had a new chairman. Now that happened in May. It's just happened. And the chairman you saw wanted to go. And I think this was like an internal one. He wasn't on the board, but I don't know how it was an internal one. So the chairman's come in, likes how I'm doing things, wasn't going to sack me, also wasn't going to invest anything. He could not be further from a tycoon than me. So he's got no money. Nothing's going to change. Staff-wise, though, we have cheekily improved that. Look at the scouting team. That's got bigger. I can still get it even better. And the coaching team's improved a lot. Slowly catch your monkey. That's the plan. So there you go. That is the end of episode 1 of Rebuilding Coventry City. We finished off pretty well. We won the league by a point, which is pretty cool. But the real challenge was always going to start now, because the championship is way tough and we have no money. And a lot of the players are leaving because they're not my players. So this is what I wanted to do, and this is why when I was playing it, I was enjoying it so much. I thought I've got to bring it to YouTube, because I wasn't going to. I was going to keep this to myself. I've not had a personal save yet this year. But yeah, I just thought, you've got to get stuck into this with me. So hopefully you're going to stick with it. Hopefully you're going to smash the like button. Hopefully you will subscribe if you are new. I'm hoping to get the first 3 seasons of this out pretty quick, and then the rest of the series might slow down a bit because I'm working. Obviously, coronavirus stuff. There's a lot going on in my personal life, which I will share with you at some point. So I'm just going to try my best. I've got my JOURNEYMAN every Saturday as well, so it's just, you know, I am trying my best to get content out there. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this. Make sure, by the way, if you saw my YouTube post, I will be doing an FM20 giveaway soon. Thanks to one of my subscribers, Davil. There's a clue in this episode, and I will be putting the answer out there in another little video at some point. So yeah, good luck to you lot, and hopefully you're all happy, you're all safe. Stay inside, wash your hands, be cool, people. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.